Hello class 10th, I am Ashok, your English teacher, present again with a new video for you. Today I am going to discuss the second part of the chapter, two stories about flying. In the previous video I had discussed the first story, his first flight. Today I will discuss the second story, The Black Aeroplane, written by Frederick Forsyth. So in this story a pilot is lost in the storm clouds and two questions are given there which we have to find out while reading the text. Does he arrive safe? Who helps him? This is the introduction of the story. The lesson Black Aeroplane by Frederick Forsyth reflects on how one's judgment gets distorted due to fantasizing and how it creates problems. In this chapter, the narrator is a pilot who is so eager to meet his family and have a good breakfast that he takes the wrong decision of facing the storm instead of doing the right thing. Miraculously, he somehow manages to escape with the help of a mysterious aeroplane. Now let us read the story. The Black Aeroplane. The moon was coming up in the east behind me, and stars were shining in the clear sky above me. There wasn't a cloud in the sky. I was happy to be alone. High up above the sleeping countryside, I was flying my old Dakota aeroplane over France. Back to England, I was dreaming of my holiday and looking forward to being with my family. I looked at my watch, 1:30 in the morning. I should call Paris control room, I thought as I looked on past the nose of the aeroplane. I saw the lights of a big city in front of me. I switched on the radio and said Paris control, Dakota DS-088 here. Can you hear me? I am on my way to England, over. It was night time. When the sky was clear and the stars could be seen twinkling, the pilot felt peace in being above a country that had fallen asleep. While he was flying over France to England, it was 1:30 in the morning, and he was fantasizing about holidaying with his family. When the aeroplane was in France, the pilot thought of informing the Paris control personnel about its presence and for instructions. At the time, lights from the Paris city were blaring at him. He switched on the radio and said Paris control, Dakota DS-088 here. Can you hear me? I am on my way to England, over. So these were the words which he shared with the Paris control board. Now see what is in the next part of the story. The voice from the radio answered me immediately. DS-088, I can hear you. You ought to turn 12 degrees west now. DS-088, over. I checked the map and the compass, switched over to my second and last fuel tank and turned the Dakota 12 degrees west towards England. I will be in time for breakfast, I thought. A good big English breakfast. Everything was going well. It was an easy flight. Paris was about 150 kilometers behind me. When I saw the clouds, storm clouds, they were huge. They looked like black mountains standing in front of me across the sky. I knew I could not fly up and over them, and I did not have enough fuel to fly around them to the north or south. In this part of the text, we read that the pilot informed the control agency, to which they replied with further instructions on directions. The control room at Paris instructed him to turn 12 degrees towards the west. After receiving the instructions, the pilot geared up and followed them while putting the last fuel tank into operation. All this time he was dreaming about his time with his family, and then he started thinking about having a satisfactory breakfast at the destination point. He was calm as everything was going as planned. Now the plane had crossed Paris. When he started seeing clouds in the sky, the presence of clouds made it unsafe to travel by air because there were chances of a storm. They were so huge and dark that the pilot compared them with black mountains. He knew he could not pass them as it was impossible to go above them or escape them with the amount of fuel that was left in the last tank. So this was there in this part of the story. Compass word is used here in this part of the story. Compass is an instrument for telling direction. Now let's see what is there in the next part of the text. I ought to go back to Paris. I thought what I wanted to get home. I wanted that breakfast. I will take the risk, I thought, and flew that old Dakota straight into the storm. Inside the clouds, everything was suddenly black. It was impossible to see anything outside the aeroplane. The old aeroplane jumped and twisted in the air. I looked at the compass. I couldn't believe my eyes. The compass was turning round and round and round. It was dead. It would not work. The other instruments were suddenly dead too. I tried the radio. In this part of the text, we read that the right decision would have been to fly back to Paris safely for the pilot. But the pilot's decision making was clouded by his wish to meet his family. He so desperately wanted to be with his family and have that English breakfast he had been dreaming of all day that he took the risk of not going back. Thus, he headed the plane right into the storm. It was so dark because of the storm that nothing was visible outside the plane. He started losing control of the aeroplane. The compass and other instruments had also stopped working because of the bad weather, and he became helpless. So this was there in this part of the text. Now see what is there in the next part. Once again he connected with Paris Control. Paris Control, can you hear me? There was no answer. The radio was dead too. I had no radio, no compass, and I could not see where I was. I was lost in the storm. Then in the black clouds quite near me, I saw another aeroplane. It had no lights on its wings. What I could see, it flying next to me through the storm. I could see the pilot's face turned towards me. I was very glad to see another person. He lifted one hand and waved. Follow me, he was saying, follow me. He knows that I am lost. I thought he is trying to help me. He turned his aeroplane slowly to the north in front of my Dakota so that it would be easier for me to follow him. I was very happy to go behind the strange aeroplane like an obedient child. After half an hour, the strange black aeroplane was still there in front of me in the clouds. So in this part of the text we read that he tried calling the Paris Control Agency who had helped him earlier but couldn't connect because of the weather. In the midst of nowhere, when everything failed, he saw a ray of hope when he saw another aeroplane. He felt relieved when he saw another pilot's face and willingness to help him escape the storm. He thought to himself that the other pilot is very kind as he knew that they were lost and was trying to help him. The other pilot took his plane ahead of the lost aeroplane to make it easier for them to follow while the other pilot followed him like an obedient child and remained in front of him for 30 minutes. So this was there in this part of the text. Now let us see the next part of the text. Now there was only enough fuel in the old Dakota's last tank to fly for 5 or 10 minutes more. I was starting to feel frightened again, but then he started to go down and I followed through the storm. Suddenly I came out of the clouds and saw two long straight lines of lights in front of me. It was a runway. Runway means a strip of hard ground along which aircraft take off and fright and land. Frightened means terrified. Followed means chased. So these were the words which were difficult for you. Now I will explain what was there. So in this part of the text we read that pilot was also panicking because there was very less amount of fuel left. It was only then that he started coming out of the storm and could see the runway to land his plane safely. When he turned to thank the other pilot, he realized that the plane that helped him had disappeared as soon as he came out of the storm. So this was there in this part of the text. Now see the next part. I landed and was not sorry to walk away from the old Dakota near the control tower. I went and asked women in the control center where I was and who the other pilot was. I wanted to say thank you. She looked at me very strangely and then laughed. Another aeroplane up here in the storm? No other aeroplanes were flying tonight. Yours was the only one I could see on the radar. So who helped me to arrive there safely without a compass or a radio and without any more fuel in my tanks? Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without lights? So these questions remained in the pilot's mind. Now I will explain what was there in this part of the text. The author did not know where he had landed but was not afraid of leaving his plane unattended. He headed straight into the control room to ask about the other pilot. To his utmost surprise, the lady informed him that there was no other plane in the sky except his because of the bad weather. He is left astonished with a lot of questions unanswered in his mind, which are given there in the end of the story. The questions were: who helped him to arrive there safely without a compass or a radio and without any more fuel in his tanks? Who was the pilot on the strange black aeroplane flying in the storm without lights? So these were the questions which arose there in the mind of the pilot. These were the word meaning: compass, instrument for telling direction, a strip of hard ground along which aircraft take off and land. It is runway. Frightened, terrified. Followed, chased. Obedient, one who obeys. Glad, happy. Radar, a system for detecting the presence, direction, distance and speed of aircraft, ships and other objects by sending out pulses of radio waves which are reflected off the object back to the source, strangely in a strange manner. So these were difficult words meaning. This is homework for today. Summarize the story in your own words and note down the difficult words meaning in your notebooks. That's all for today. Thank you. Have a nice day.